when we're talking about MBA recruiting, where do you usually place MBA profiles, and then on average, how long do people stay in the same position in the company? How do you at Lori promote career evolution change?
So in terms of where we place MBA profiles, were you referring to where MBA students are placed in the company?
Yes, exactly, department's roles.
Okay, so within this this is sort of like a fellowship, so it's a entry-level role mostly that we see. It's not really, I think that's probably a wrong description. It's not really entry-level, but at the same time, we know it's a fixed-term sort of engagement with the company. And that's an opportunity for the fellow to get a sense of all the different teams that we have in potential growth trajectories that they could take on. I think one of the greatest benefits of still being relatively flexible and agile as a startup is you're able to map out a career path that works out for you. We had, for example, my previous PA really enjoyed sales and working with the transport team, so she was able to meet with them and go to a couple of meetings with them, and right now she kind of sat down and talked to me about her goals, and we outlined her growth path, and now she's a sales associate leading a team. So it's more of you figuring out what it is you want to do and where your passions lie, and how you want to map out that growth path of yours. That being said, we do have certain growth paths that we have in place for different roles. We just don't want to forcefully have that be the only potential growth career that someone can take off, so we're rather flexible in that aspect.
Thank you very much. What about the company and team culture? How is that like?
So we have actually a very young demographic that we have at the office. A lot of millennials. We are a very hardworking, dedicated team on the ground. We're actually very family oriented because we spend a lot of time together. So you can find people hanging out both outside and in office setting as well. And I think that's poured in a lot into the working of the company, because we're very open. You're able to go ask anyone anything. We're not hierarchical at all. So it's very open and driven and hardworking and family-like, I would say.
Excellent. Joshua, you want to add anything to that?
That's precisely what the culture looks like.
I think it's great to have feedback from Joshua because he's very new, so it's good to have a more objective view. I've been here quite long, so I might be biased.
Okay, yeah, so I've been here 2 weeks now. That's pretty new. So in terms of culture, it's exactly what Nancy has said. So for example, during my first 3 days, I got the opportunity to just chat with some of the top managers over lunchtime, over breakfast. So the other thing is we like to have our meals in a shared room. So that gives you the opportunity to interact with anybody, regardless of their role within the firm or level. So it's pretty much an open culture.